Hello everyone, welcome to the program D-ViewPoint with Precious Ayemba. It is a program that will talk about real life stories from different life experiences, political, religious, entertainment. It's also the program will talk about issues affecting nations, society, also trying to bring a solution from expertise on what to do. And it's also a program we're talking about issues affecting families, as I just said, a bit across. We do so much on this program. So it's a program where we have views from different sectors, be it political and the rest. And today we're going to be having a view on just the recent happening, the aftermath of election last week, and also INEC and appraisal of 15% and turnout, and also EFCC recovering 17 million from vote buying, and trying to advocate and have vote buying could be stopped, and also the recent new IG, all this, and also before I forget, the attack on P2B. All this we're going to have a view from a political analyst, retired Promise Dappa. Before we bring in to the studio via phone call, we go on a short break, then we walk up to our guests from Port Harcourt.
We are a nation blessed with people of diverse cultures, religions, languages, and opinions. It is ironic that we are now being ripped apart by our greatest strength, our diversity. We have allowed intolerance, insensitivity, bigotry, and nepotism to blind our vision of the greatness we can achieve working together as one. We may not have the same culture, nor religion, nor language.
Oh, good to have our guest, a retired Commodore, Promise Dappa, and also a public, I think if I get that, maybe we introduce, and also a political analyst. Let me just use that title from a political analyst. So, Prof. Sir, can you just give us a little profile about yourself where we kickstart about the view on what I just mentioned?
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Commodore Promise Dappa, retired. I serve in the military, Nigerian Navy in particular, for 32 years active service. If you add up the years in training, it runs up to about 38 years of total service in the military. I'm also a member of 38 regular course of the Nigerian Defense Academy. By the grace of God, I hold a first degree in mathematics and an LLB in law, and I also hold a doctorate degree in security and strategic studies from the Nasarawa State University. During my stay in the military, I've also been privileged to train both home and abroad. I train in India, train in Bangladesh, and visited several other world countries in the course of my military sojourn.
Okay. Before
several appointments in the military before my retirement in 2023.
Okay. As a public, a political analyst and a public affairs, so we want to have a view with you on the aftermath, the FCT poll, same time EFCC recovering the 17 million from vote buying, and INEC given appraisal of 15% turnout, saying is better than other polls, and also now attack on P2B, and also the recent new IG. This is going to be reviews for our conversation with you to get your view as a political analyst and a public affair personality. So let's take it from the FCT poll. So what's your take from FCT poll election?
Okay, the FCT poll is supposed to be a radical test for INEC, especially under the new leader, Professor Joash Amopitan. People are full of expectation, and all eyes were on Abuja FCT in particular to see how it's going to pan out, especially because of the dramatics personnel, the people also involved there.
Okay.
Because everybody know the image of the FCT minister looms very large there, and people want to see the nexus, how the INEC chairman will be able to handle issues. And election in Nigeria will come with a lot of trust deficit. And I want to say that this election was not an exception. There are a lot of issues of trust. From the report that came out of the election, as usual, there were logistic issues, and the opposition also cried foul. There were allegations that INEC deliberately removed names of people in the opposition, in particular the obedience, in their strongholds, where polling units that were known to be strongholds. Then overnight, INEC came up with this story. There was this story that people names were moved to other polling units. So all those things, and there were also reports of booked reports that were posted to the IRF, and it didn't quite come out clean on all these issues. So it puts a lot of question mark on the credibility of the election that was conducted.
So, but INEC approving themselves of 15% turnout, saying that there was no turnout, but at the same time having 15% that is better to previous to other polls. So what's your take on that?
Well, though Abuja FCT poll has been known with a very low turnout, though 15% might be a slight improvement on previous one, but also is very abysmal. If you look at it, it is expected that it could have been more. But all this have to do with voters' appetite. People don't believe INEC that they can do an election that can count. That is the main issue, the trust deficit. People have still not bought into INEC, that INEC can conduct election that can really count. People are very skeptical. It's like people feeling, what does it matter? You can't vote, you didn't vote, the election don't count, your votes don't count. At the end of the day, they will still announce what they want to announce. And I don't think INEC has done much to counter this narrative, and I don't think they also in their conduct, from the way we saw it, very predictable that APC was going to run away with the votes, and nothing changed. So that's it.
Okay, let's talk about EFCC. EFCC is also trying to stop vote buying, and they said they've recovered 17 million naira, and also 20 individual suspect was arrested during this poll. So what's your take on that? And to me, I will also want to chip in there. So this 20 million that EFCC said they recovered, so to me, if that is all the matters in the election, at least it's also fine at recovering the money, but where is that money going to, and where's your take? And EFCC coming out to say a bit to stop vote buying, they will be coming to every election to stop vote buying by getting people, those involved arrested, and also get the money they share for voters. So what's your take on that?
We hear all these things during election, every election cycle. Police will tell us, like police will say they deploy 30,000 people, 40,000, and at the end there will still be violence everywhere. The same thing EFCC will come, they recover 20 million, they recover 100 million, at the end nobody will prosecuted, nothing, there will be no follow-up, there will be nothing as per where the money entered. Let us watch EFCC. You arrested people, who are the people? Have they paraded them? Let us see them. Charge them to court, take them to court, prosecute them, and let them be punished. So they should stop haranguing us with all these talks. Everybody want to make it, every organization want to show that they are working. They shouldn't stop at rhetorics. Take them to court, prosecute them diligently, get convictions so that other one, it should be done publicly. Not the one tomorrow now we hear EFCC have prosecuted 2,000 people, 5,000 people on electoral matters. We didn't see them. Nobody heard about the court case. Nobody knew when they were tried, nobody knew when they were convicted. We don't want that in this case. If they really arrested people for vote buying, we want to see them taken to court, we want to see them diligently prosecuted, and we want to see them convicted so that it will serve as a lesson to others.
So are you moving confident on EFCC coming out to say, in bid to stop vote buying by telling us 20 individual suspect arrested and 17 million recovered. You don't believe that would?
No, I don't believe. I'm saying they should go beyond rhetorics. We want to see action, not just telling us. We want to see. Because we have had these things in the past. We have several elections. As during the arrested people vote buying, we had all this, or we have all this rhetoric before, but nothing came out of it. So, like I said, election in Nigeria comes with a huge trust deficit. And all the agencies involved from INEC, EFCC, the police, and all the agencies, they need to do more. And that's the only way. If Nigeria don't have confidence in the process, they cannot buy in. And until Nigerians buy in, come in and participate, you cannot say the election is credible. So that's the way the outside world looks at us. They look at us as serious people. The people don't believe us. Even we can't even believe ourselves. So I'm saying, let us start now. Let EFC go beyond rhetorics. Let us see when they will take this people to court. Like you rightly said, let us see where the money goes into. Let us see convictions. That's what then we cannot believe. That the system is being sanitized. That the system is moving forward. That people are ready to work. We want to advise these people that are opportune to be in INEC, EFC, or any government institution. It's a privilege. It's a responsibility to own Nigeria. It's a duty to own this country. And they must discharge those duties diligently. So that's my take. People must do things to know that, to show that they must remember that the credibility, the image of this country is at stake. So it is whatever they do that will determine how people outside will look at this country. So I'm urging them, EFC, please, let them do the right thing, let these people to court, get convictions so that Nigerians can, the trust reposed in them will be upheld.
Okay, what do you think is actually, why do you think this vote buying keep coming up every election? And why is, how do I call it, candidates always go out for vote buying? They don't trust themselves, they don't have that confidence they're going to win election. Why are they always the vote buying? And why is voters also accepting to compromise for them to get money from such poll?
You know, in human endeavor, when once you don't punish an offense,
okay,
then you have given encouragement, you have given others impetus to join. That is not what is happening in Nigeria everywhere. We have corruption, government cannot prosecute those that are corrupt. Instead, we see them being gratified. So why would you, that you are trying to be righteous, why would you not join corruption? Corruption pays. People are allowed to benefit from their criminal behaviors. Criminality has become an enterprise that yields profit, that yields dividends. So there's a lot of encouragement for others to join. But if you're not doing vote buying, you look as if you are the stupid ones. Because you know that 99% of the time nothing will happen. Even though they are arrested, nothing will happen. We have never seen anything happen. How many people, you have been there, you are in the media, how many people have been prosecuted for any form of electoral offense in this country? How many people? From INEC officials that have even publicly, how many people? So, except when a few people, they have a few issues with some big people in office, they try to oppose them, then that's when you see them, people, one or two people taken to court. But on the whole, when we had election, then after election, you now see that these are people that were arrested for electoral offenses and they were taken to court, prosecuted and imprisoned or fined or whatever. As long as you don't do that, then the problem will persist.
Okay, thank you for your thoughts. So let's come back to the attack on Peter Obi. What's your take on the attack on Peter Obi and others that were part of that event?
Well, it's very unfortunate that this type of thing is happening. It still comes back to the security agencies. People are given responsibilities. Institutions are saddled with responsibility to protect life, bring peace and order. And when that is not done, you can see that right from presidency to the governor to anybody, nobody will hold the police accountable for what happened there. It happened last year that even the governor had to issue a threat to a former governor, a man that had been a governor before him, a man that had vied for president of this country, entered his state for a function, and he dared to tell him that he write application to him to to collect visa from him before he can visit those states. Otherwise, whatever happens to him, he will be held responsible. I mean, who does that? Where is that done? And now P2B has gone back there without carrying visa from the governor, and he's been attacked. Then who do you want to, who will be held responsible? In a local parlance, they say witch cry in the night and the baby dies in the morning. Then you need a prophet to tell you who is responsible. So this is like a threat made, a threat fulfilled. It's not like telling P2B, we have warned you. Anytime you come here without visa, without clearance from the Lord of the state, the supreme being of the state, then whatever happens to you can take it. And it's just like going ahead to fulfill that threat. It's very unfortunate. And we live in a country where nothing will happen. The president will say nothing. The police will not be held accountable. Nobody will be held.
But police were there. We saw police later came there. Police officer, we saw some commissioner there.
That's what we are saying. He came. They want to see now somebody. Why should that happen in the first place?
Oh, yes, you're right.
Why should that happen in the first place? And now that it happened, let us see whether somebody will be held accountable. It happened before. Nobody in that same state, nobody has been held accountable. They will trade blames. So what are we talking about? We have seen this happen several in those states. Until tomorrow, nobody has been held accountable for what happened before. Nobody has asked police why did this happen. And nobody is going to ask police now. As long as it is not an APC person that is attacked, it's okay by the government. Nothing will happen.
But the governor later came out to also condemn the attack. The governor came out to condemn the attack.
Why is it the attack?
Yes.
He said it last year that if Obi comes to the state without obtaining a visa from him, that whatever happens to him, he should just take it. And now being there to come to the state without obtaining a visa, a permit from him, and he's been attacked. So why would the governor want to? What is he condemning?
All right.
That statement alone he made, even if he was not responsible, is enough impetus for people to act, and they have acted based on his statement. So what is he condemning? Who is he condemning?
All right. Lastly, we have a new IG, Dave to do this. So what's your take on the new IG of police? As we round up, this is our last question.
This appointment is absolutely condemnable.
Why? Because if we want to reach you to because you coming from the Navy to you're also more like an IG of police. If we want to reach like you're a general.
Listen to me what I'm saying here.
Okay.
The president coming to insist on choosing his kinsmen, his clansmen into security position is a very condemnable act. You
are saying that. Do you think that is what happened?
It is what happened, nothing more. Why will you go to pick an AIG when you have DIGs? Even if he's looking for Yoruba man, is there no Yoruba put there? So what law? There is no morality in that. It's an unscrupulous act. Why would you pick something? There are people, from what I heard, there are officers at DIG that have 6 years to go. Then you are picking somebody that have 8 days to retire, to become 60 days, to make him an IG. And you are cutting short somebody's career by 60. What's the morality in that? What's the legality in that? Even if the man is qualified, for the sake of these people that are going to lose their career, couldn't have done something. There are DIGs there. People labored. It takes time for you to build career. And everybody aspires to get to the topmost point in every career. So why should it, at the end of the day, comes down to tribe, where you come from, who you know?
You are the one saying that, because it might not be that is why he made that choice. And because before we round up, some person asked this question that people said like when pastors are preaching, that we say you have to always be ready because rapture might take place or death might take place. So is it now on militaries that anything can happen when the president comes in? So you just have to be prepared. You have to whether you being a senior officer or not senior officer.
That is not right. It is not military. There is no legality in it. There is no morality in what the president is doing. He's setting a bad president that is destroying the security, and we are seeing the effect. When you go for your tribesmen, other people think they are stupid. Why would I put my life on the line when I know that at the end of the day is the Yoruba man that will pick the highest price? Why would I put my life on the line?
It's not good.
Put the extra line. So all these things are happening now. We are seeing the repercussion in the country. Insecurity everywhere. The president think that it takes a Yoruba man to do the job, and that's what he did. This president has caused the loss of over 5,000 jobs since he took over across the military, the police, the customs, the immigration. It's the same thing he did. Install Yoruba people in all those areas.
I know, because during your time, let me just say you are also a senior general before retired, because we just have 1 minute now to go. I know you want to say more. Can you just summarize in 30 seconds, because we just have 1 minute more to run it up?
People must take away these powers from the president to pick and choose at his discretion people to head the security agency, and that also impacts on INEC. People must take away the power for the president to solely pick an INEC. You cannot pick a referee in a match in which you are a player. It defies every sense of natural justice. These are the things that we must deal with if we must have a credible election. The president cannot pick INEC chairman in an election in which is going to participate. It is wrong. It is morally wrong. It offends the principle of natural justice. The same way it should not be left. This president, if not for anything, this because of this president should not be left to pick and choose at their discretion who has the security agencies. There must be agencies that will pick, recommend people for him to choose from, so that there will be equity, there will be fairness. People do not enroll into the security services for the sake of this president. The services are not a private enterprise for the president for him to pick and choose and fire and do it the way he likes. Nobody runs a private enterprise the way this president is running the affairs of this country, the way he's running the affairs of this country. It's very, very wrong, and it's condemnable. And I challenge the National Assembly to rise up and make a law that will restrain the president from having the discretion to pick and choose and to fire.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, sir. I think I would advise you also to put a note, so open letter to what you just said, to put it on open letter to the president to give your own thoughts, your view. So thank you, retired Commodore, Promise Dappa, for giving us your view on those words we just mentioned.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Same, you have a wonderful weekend ahead.
Thank you.
Goodbye. So, viewers out there, you heard what our guest, retired Promise Dappa said. We have views from all the recent happenings from just almost a week now. You know what? Well, I don't have much to say because time has been spent to me. So we just want to say, just keep being a good person, live more, because this program promotes good conduct, moral upbringing, leadership, and principle and culture, and also promote good leadership where our young generation can aspire to live a good life, a good merit conduct. On this note, I want to say my name is Precious Yembe. We urge you to place your advert or sponsorship on this program. God bless you. Bye for now. My name is Precious once more again.